So now going back to your situation with your parents, I'd say there are thousands, maybe even millions of people in your situation that you were with your parents. You were being brainwashed, and then you decided, you know what, I'm done with this. I'm gonna move on, and I'm gonna become my own person. And you got disowned by your family. They didn't speak to you anymore, and then you ended up brainwashing them to accepting who you are. How could someone else that's in a similar situation that you were, being disowned by their parents, do that?
Gain confidence. There's no other way. Get so much confidence in yourself. Dude, I'm honestly telling you, I believe this 100%. Right now, there's 7.4 billion people in the world, some shit like that. If 7.3999999 people, 7.39999 billion people were against me, I wouldn't care. If every single person in the world was against me, I wouldn't care. Because I know I'm right. Whatever I'm doing, maybe it's ego, overconfidence. Whatever it is, deep down inside, I'm okay even if I'm wrong. Even if this is a mistake, this whole fucking Doc testosterone, reclaim your masculinity bullshit, masters of masculinity tribe and all this bullshit that I'm doing, if the whole thing is just a fucking bad decision and bad move, I'm okay with it. I'm okay. That's confidence. I didn't need the approval of my parents. And I also realized that why would I listen to someone who I don't want to be like? You know, my dad sometimes, or even my mom sometimes starts giving me financial advice. I'm like, Mom, you're poor. Like, I mean, she's not poor, obviously, but you know, poor. And I'm like you're not a billionaire. Like, you don't have $500 million in your bank account. Like, why am I listening to you? Why wouldn't I listen to a guy who is a billionaire? Like, why are you giving me financial advice when you're poor? Right? So why would you listen to your mom or dad if you don't want to be like them?
Earlier you were saying you actually used some neuroscience tricks to help you convince your parents. Could you
Definitely.
give us some?
Definitely. It was neuroscience as well as learning a lot of like social dynamics and reading a lot of books on social stuff. But I do want to make something clear before I go there. A lot of people watch and they're like, oh, you hate your parents and like you talk bad about your parents. It's not that, man. It's not that. There are aspects of my mom and my dad that I fucking love that I will never even achieve, right? Like, for example, my dad has a lot of love in him, right? There's a lot of emotion. That he's very caring and loving, and his like heart melts. I'm never gonna get there. Like I hope I get there one day, but like I don't even have the ability to cry anymore because I've like become so emotionless in everything. So I adore that about my dad. The fact that, dude, my dad went through a lot of hardship. We were a fucking poor family in Pakistan, and my grandfather only had money to have one child be educated, and they picked my dad because he was just like the most hardworking. You know, like my dad went through a lot of shit too, so like I get it, you know, I get that family thing. And with my mom, I adore how fearless she is. My mom is fearless, man. Like, there are things that, like, whenever I reach an obstacle, I'm like, I think about my mom. I'm like, no, my mom would say, fuck, go do that. Like, I brainwashed my parents so well, and I'm gonna get into the tricks. I remember at one point, I would like dating girls and stuff, and my mom would give me tips, and she'd be like, Farhan, you know, she'd tell me in Urdu, you know, we speak Urdu, like, Farhan, I'll translate in English, make sure the girl doesn't play you. Make sure that when you take her out, you fuck her. She said that to me. My dad would never say that. Like, my dad would never even get close to that type of vulgarity, but my mom does. Right? So like, I adore my mom for that. So my mom and dad, dude, I love them dearly, and I adore features in them that are in me now because I'm 50% of each, but I don't want to be like them. Plain and simple. So I'm not going to listen to them. Now, the thing about brainwashing. One thing that really worked for me is emotional blackmail and telling stories in which your parents play roles. So for example, I would go up to my mom and I'd be like, listen, Mom, I know you want to, I know you're a very brave person. You're very courageous. You've always told us to be fearless. And I know even when I was a kid, you were tearing up those love letters and you didn't let me have girlfriends and stuff. And I know you have the best intention for me. You really, really love me. And because you really love me and you're such a loving person, you're probably going to be okay with me doing this. X, going to this trip. Or, right? So I put her in a role of a loving mother, which she actually is. She just has to have that memory schema like into her consciousness. And then I called action. Let me do this. Because see, I realized that my parents have to be on my side. A lot of guys that I know who are rebels like me, their parents hate them still. Their entire life they're gonna go and their parents are gonna be against them. But I can't live like that. I realized one day, I can't lie to my parents anymore. I lied a lot to my mom and dad, man, a lot. Be going out to a club or drinking, oh, I'm just studying or whatever, right? They weren't even here and they were still checking up on me and shit. So, and another thing about brainwashing, from me to my parents' side, but from my parents' side to my side, something really interesting about brainwashing. Even though I was in Montreal for 10 years, my grad school, being surrounded by one of the hottest, cities in the world with the hottest women, right? I was so culturally brainwashed that I wasn't aware that there are hot girls here. Unbelievable. At BBC's talk, the summit, I compared myself to the fuckers who crashed the planes in the World Trade Center. It's they were so extreme, even in their 30s, even though they're raised here, that they did some crazy, stupid shit that hurt so many people. Me, I'm so brainwashed that I am not even noticing the nuances around my environment. Unbelievable when I think about it. I'm getting goosebumps, Jesus Christ. So now getting back to, so the first thing is role playing. The second thing is hardcore, making them realize that they're not in control anymore. Because a lot of parents think they're in control. So if you, I would go and tell my dad, I'd be like, look, Dad, no matter what you do, you know that I'm still gonna do this step. No matter what you tell me, how much you forbid, you know I'm gonna do this. So you might as well be happy. Be happy with it, right? So you make them lose control over you. You make them realize that there's no control through facts. You give them facts. Look, I went to Vegas. I was there for a year. You're not gonna control me. That helped me. It's not gonna help everyone, but it helped me. There's one other thing. I'm trying to figure out how to say it. I guess I could call this making them feel sorry for you, using sympathy. So if you break down in front of your parents, which I have done a few times, I didn't cry, but I broke down. And I said, look, please give me your approval. Please give me your blessing, because I can't be successful without your blessing. I need your blessing. I need you guys to be behind me. I was very, very well, my communication was very solid, very genuine. And remember, all these tricks are not to trick your parents. I always say it like that because it's funny to me. You're not tricking your parents. You're helping your parents realize how we can work together to benefit humanity, to benefit our brothers and sisters in the world. That's all. It's like, when with RSD, I realized one thing, like, this is a concept I came up with originally, like just through experience and just originally in my mind. And the concept was, you're never tricking the girl. Like, let's say you get a one-night stand, you pull a girl from the club and you take her home and you fuck her. You're not tricking the girl. You're just teaming up with the girl. And you're now against society's norms, which shame both of you from doing such a thing. So it's just a team. There's no trick. You team up with the girl against social conditioning. So now it's like a team. You're working together. So it's like this. It's kind of like you have to program your own brain. You have to program other people's brains. But at the end of the day, it's benefiting people. So that's what I would say. And like I said, man, it's all confidence. It's going to start with confidence. And you want to boost confidence, you increase your testosterone. Simple as that. Mm-hmm. You get your hormone shit in order, and that's how you will take your life to a new level. You get your testosterone in check.